Okay. Hello, everybody. Oh my gosh. Welcome to Lift More Launch Week. Welcome back from St. Louis, those of you who have gone. And I know a lot of you guys who weren't able to make it to St. Louis with us were there. We're there. You were sharing, you were connecting, you were watching the live stream, you were experiencing it virtually. And I know it impacted everybody on this team. So in lieu of our Monday night, because a lot of us were still traveling, we wanted to do this summit recap here on a Wednesday, kind of off night for team call. And I know some of you guys have a sneak peek planned for halfway through the hour. So I'm going to kind of just leave a quick impression with you guys, but I want first time summit goers to really just share their experience. Okay. Try to talk for 5 minutes because we want to hear from everybody. But if you could share in 2 to 3 minutes, maybe what your biggest takeaways were. So we're going to start with empower people, but I just want to let you know how proud we are of you guys. We had one of the biggest teams that were there, I swear to God. Legit. Okay. Because you guys made it a priority. And you need to know what that means for us as a team, to see all of your beautiful souls. First of all, to connect, hands up who was I thought I knew these people and then I got to smell their underarms and now we're on a whole different level. Right? Amazing. Just amazing. There's nothing better than that community being connected in person. And now we're looking forward to leadership and Mexico and back into San Antonio next year. So with further ado, I just want to thank you all for everything you do every day and how proud we are. And I'm going to mute myself and I'm going to actually pass it over to you, Shauna, and you can call on some of your girls to share some takeaways of their first experience at Summit in St. Louis.
Awesome. Can you guys hear me okay? Okay. So I will ask Emily if you could unmute and share your experience with Summit. I know you guys had so much fun. Yes, Emily. Yeah. You guys shared with me your ins and outs of Summit, and I would love for you guys to share with everyone.
Sure. Yeah, I thought I knew what I was getting into going to Summit, but that blew my expectations out of the water. I still get emotional thinking about it, and I was emotional the whole time I was there. It was incredible. The biggest takeaway for me was from Moira. I'm not quite sure how to say her last name, but she said lean in and let it change you. And I think that's super powerful. If you lean in, you will be changed by this, and for the better. That's what we're here to do, is change and evolve and grow. But you have to be willing and you have to let it change you. And just seeing the impact that this can make on people's lives. I never would have dreamt any of this for myself before. I'm a teacher, and so I thought I was just gonna be a teacher and teach for the rest of my life. And that's kind of there's definitely a ceiling on that. But I didn't really know what was out there. And now my dreams are so much bigger than that and go so far beyond that. And just seeing it was super, seeing it felt more real. I knew it was real before, but just being able to see it for myself just made it feel real. And I think my favorite part was just the feeling and the energy of just being there, meeting everyone on the team. I swear to God, everyone here is the sweetest, nicest, kindest, most uplifting person. It was so nice to be around that. And yeah, I think it was just an incredible experience. And if you didn't come this year and you're able to, you have to go next year. I can't wait. I already have my ticket, I have my hotel room booked, and I'm pumped.
I love that. Listening to that seriously gives me goosebumps, because I remember my first event and all of them just continue to like blow me away every single event. So I loved that. Who am I going to ask next? Taylor, are you on? Yes, you are. Can you share your experience?
Yeah, sorry, my voice is a little bit raspy, but yeah, so like Emily said, like the biggest thing for me was the energy and the feeling that you got from being there in person. Like it just is honestly like undescribable. I would say the biggest takeaway for me, and I think this maybe was from Moira too, but how like you treat this business is exactly what you're gonna get out of it. So I can't keep treating it like a hobby if I expect like all my dreams to come true. I have to put into it exactly what I want to get out from it.
Mic drop. Amazing. Everyone loved Moira. She was like one of my favorite speakers personally. Danielle, how many people like do you want me to ask? I know there's a lot of people on here that were new at Summit, so
That's all right. Like whoever wants to kind of pop up. I know Emily Shea. I told her I was going to call on her too. Do you want to share Emily Shea? She there? I saw her. Well, I'm going to put Helen Ludi on the spot then. Her internet's cutting out. She'll post in the chat. Perfect. I'm going to put Helen Ludi on the chat, on the spot, because this was her first summit. What were your biggest takeaways, girl?
I loved every bit of it. I think my favorite part, well, there was so many favorite parts. Like I feel like every day I say, this was my favorite part, and people are getting sick of listening to me because it's like, okay, Helen, every part was your favorite part. But well, I loved the Mwala workout because it felt like it was a rock concert and not just a workout. It was just amazing. But the coach leader, the super trainer workout, when I look back at those pictures and I see all of those people, it was incredible. And then when we saw at the end that man who clearly was much older, I keep showing his picture to all of my family, and I just thought that was amazing. But I really enjoyed the conference part of it because for me being a social worker, this goes far beyond Beachbody. It really connects to so many different layers of our lives. And I definitely saw so much that I can apply to myself, but also to my practice and my work with people. And I loved how they talked about don't overcomplicate it. And I think it was when she said, one of the speakers talked about how adversity is what introduces us to ourselves. That really spoke to me because I believe in myself, and I believe with so many people that I know in my own life and in my work life, is that when we are struggling the most, that's when we start really learning about who we truly are. So I think that was my biggest takeaway that I learned in all of this.
Love that. Awesome. Thank you so much, Helen. We had some fun. Let's hear from another Inspire girl before you guys have to pop off, or somebody on Shelby's team, or Leisha.
Maybe Lauren, I know this was your first summit too. If you want to share.
Yeah, I'd love to. Like everyone else is saying, excuse my voice. So I get goosebumps thinking about the past week because I was so skeptical about like all the energy and stuff like that. And like you get to really make connections with not even your own team, but people that you see on the stage, and you get to dream big for yourself, like get those visions, dream visions in your mind. Yeah, like I get chills thinking about being in the same room with so many amazing people, and we're all like-minded, and we all have the same goals. And one of my biggest takeaways, actually I have two. So I got to meet Jericho at my super workout, or at my trainer workout, and I was talking to her about how I've done like a bunch of her programs. And I just said, I was like, thank you for changing my life. And she said to me, girl, you're the one that changed your life. So that was something that like really, like I was like in tears and like, is this real? And then in my track, we got to hear from Erin Yakubuski. She's an Ottawa coach. So I got to talk to her as well at the Super Weekend in, I guess that was April. Anyways, and she says, stop saying to yourself that I'm the next Shelby, I'm the next Shauna, I'm the next Danielle. She's like, I'm the next, say to yourself that I'm the next Lauren Wheeler. And that's just something that like really stuck with me, because there's only one of you and you're the only ones that can make your visions happen. So yeah, I'm speechless about everything. And it honestly just blew my mind out of the water about how awesome this past week was.
Love it. Love it. Do you guys want to call on somebody else? I'll leave my girls till the end because you guys need to pop off.
Catherine, what about you?
I also sound like crap, so ignore that. I would say my biggest takeaway is that it was similar to Taylor. It's that I've been getting in my own way. When I told my coworkers that I was going to this, I did not tell them it was Beachbody until the day before. And I was so embarrassed, and I don't even know why, because they were so excited when they saw my excitement about it. And so I've really been holding back on like talking about it with my friends and my family. And I think that that's really held me back in my business. So really like stop holding myself back. And it was so cool to see the energy and see what's possible. Like I went to Summit last year at Alicia's and it was great to meet everyone, but then to see the impact that it's made on these people's lives, especially with the Beachbody Challenge. I'm sure I wasn't the only one that got emotional, but to see the change in people's lives and how they just totally changed the trajectory and their health is just mind blowing. And I just love like our mission to help people live a healthy and fulfilling life. It really came full circle for me at that event. And I highly recommend, if you have not bought your ticket for next year, do it, because it is seriously life-changing.
Yeah, the Beachbody Challenge is definitely emotional, but like in a good way. So I'm glad that you guys got to see that too. Who else? Amber, that was your first in-person summit.
Yes, it was. After so long, it was weird, like a weird feeling that was my first time in person. But honestly, biggest takeaway for me was that this is no longer a what if. Like this is a when. And I think that was sitting and being privileged enough to get to sit with Sean on the floor seats, seeing those people walk across the stage, seeing my own coach and other people on this team walk across that stage as elite coaches or premier 2-star, whatever it was. This is now a when is this happening for me? It's no longer a what if. And so that like gives me goosebumps thinking about it. And I hope that you all have that same belief in whatever stage you're at. It's a when, it's not a what if.
Wow. Amber always knows what to say. Oh my gosh, I feel like there were so many other people that haven't been there. Anyone else?
I have a
We
list.
pulled. I don't know if I saw Brie on here, but I don't know if she can show her face.
I have a list of people who you guys mentioned: Emily, H, Bree Pollard, Tina. I don't know if Tina Robinson's here. Emily Shea. She's going to type, or maybe she already did. Helen, Lori, Catherine already spoke. Taylor already spoke. Lauren already spoke. Amy Vander.
Megan Gray's on. Megan Gray was there.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
I said Megan Gray. I just don't know if she can unmute.
If she can
I
mute.
can. Can you guys hear me?
We can.
Am I clear? Sometimes my Zoom doesn't work like for audio. So if I get all weird and cracky, just let me know. Can you guys hear me still?
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Okay. Oh my gosh, I don't even know where to begin, honestly, like everybody else. So when I started coaching with Alicia, she always talked about Summit and how it changed her life. But I believed her. I just never really understood kind of what Lauren was saying. But it truly was life-changing. Like I got home at like 2 a.m. from this trip and I was already up at like 5 a.m. the next day because I'm like, I need to just take all this energy and put it into something positive. So I just went full force, and I know it's only Wednesday, but I just feel like I'm already killing it. I feel like I'm already going to be at hit my success club by the end of the week. And it really is empowering, and not even but like besides the business, honestly, like for my mental health, it truly just did wonders, like listening to all the speakers and just recognizing and being like reminded of your self-worth is absolutely huge. And just like, if I was already pumped up about coaching before, but like you need to attend an event. Like I am so happy I did, because I didn't know that I could ever kind of get this feeling before. But I'm just so ready just to keep going, and I can't ever really see myself quitting. So
Love that. I absolutely love that. I'm going to read here what Emily said because her internet's crap. Emily Shea says her biggest takeaway is the idea of why not me? The people on stage speaking or presenting are not celebrities or lucky people who have had things handed to them. They've worked their butts off and made it happen. They aren't doing anything that I can't do. It's all about putting the work in to make this happen. Boom, Emily Shea. Love it. Oh my God. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, Kiara, you're up next.
Okay, so I apologize because I have a very clingy, very yelly baby today. But so Summit, like 110%, like exceeded every expectation that I had. Meeting everyone who I hadn't met in person was absolutely incredible, and also so very weird because I felt like I already knew a lot of you and was like, oh yeah, we haven't actually like met in person. I think one of my biggest takeaways, so one of the quotes that like really stuck with me is that you can't control how other people feel about like what you say and what you share. Like that's on them, not on you. And I know that I definitely like put like when someone says no, I constantly am like, oh, well, it's because I do or didn't do. And that's not like, I can't take that on. So like, that was really like important, I think, to hear for a lot of people that like, we don't control how other people feel. And then I would say just like getting together, like Rachel invited me to the floor. So I got to sit on the floor, and like, that was out of this world phenomenal. And I'm going to be up there one day and have my own floor seat and take my own coaches with me on the floor. So yeah, it was just incredible. The whole thing was incredible.
Can I just chime in here and say, you'll notice that every single takeaway isn't about an action item. It's about who people need to become in order to achieve their goals. It's about the belief that they need to get. It's about, so it literally truly is this business. And I think that was my biggest takeaway from the last week is it is about who you need to become, who is that next level version of you in order to achieve X, Y, and Z, right? Mm-hmm. Love it.
Love that. Is Michaela on? I'm trying to go through here, guys, because I can't see you all at once because I have it videoed for the speaker. If Michaela's on, Alicia wanted you to share if you could, because her internet, she keeps getting kicked on and off. Her hydro's gone. Okay, I'm gonna call on Lori Browning or Lori Browning, Lori Tata, Lori Ada, whatever. Whoever shows up to the call, I'm gonna call on you.
I go by all three, so it doesn't bother me. I won't repeat anything anybody else said because everything that has been said tonight, I totally feel as well. My takeaway from it was, I'm going to be brutally honest. I'm a girl who gets Success Club every single month. That's my thing, not an issue. And, sometimes you're like, oh, I'm getting Success Club. I'm working the business the way I should. It was a wake-up call that I was not doing everything to my full potential, because I too was one of those people that kind of had the idea, well, they maybe have something I don't, or maybe they have all their ducks lined up in a row, and you kind of start to put those people on pedestals. But Summit makes you realize that everybody who is there has the same, same blood running through their body, and everybody that achieved walking across stage or getting something is no different than you are. They just believe it maybe a little bit more and work a little harder. So for me, I felt like, when you look at a graph and the stars all go ding, 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 and they start to light. That's the actual vision I had when I don't even remember who was speaking, the name of the speaker, but it was like I could see the stars line up across the stage, and it was like all the pieces of the puzzle finally made sense. And I don't know if I would have experienced that in the same way had I not attended Summit. So not to say you can't achieve it if you don't attend Summit, but it certainly made everything make more sense. And this all happened on Saturday. Like, it wasn't the first day or the second day. It was the third day of the sessions where all the pieces came together. And I told Danielle that day, I said, when we were getting ready for team photos, I was in the mirror looking at myself, just touching up my makeup. And my appearance in the mirror, my reflection was different that day. I could see the different confidence in my eyes, and it was just like a light went off, and I really felt it. And then we went for team photos, and I found a dime that night too. Like, it all just was like all the signs of the universe. So yeah, it was life altering for me. I definitely needed that event, that kick in the ass, whatever, all of the above. But it was so amazing. And to meet all of you guys, I forget who said it, you kind of forget that you haven't met in person because you get to know each other. But then when you do meet in person, it's really, really puts it all together.
Total chills there. Love that. Anybody who needs to pop off, do you want to come on and share? Megan, you were there. Megan Gray. See you on there. I saw you in the chat. Who else did you guys say? Come on, don't be shy.
There's somebody, Kaylee.
Kaylee?
Aisha wanted me to call her out. I think I saw she was.
Oh, I thought it was Michaela. I said Michaela. Kaylee.
Hey, yeah. So this is, I guess, I hadn't met anyone in person prior to going to this. And, of course, you make relationships with people over Instagram or whatever. And it's just so crazy that you meet them and it's like, oh, wow, this is so comfortable and whatever. I will say for me, I started off very well with getting Success Club and things like that. And then in December, whenever we really pushed hard for me to get Diamond, I think I was so anxious after. I kind of had burnout. I know that they talked about one of those in one of our sessions about you get this kind of burnout feeling. And I will say I've been kind of not showing up as much as I would like to be. But going to this event, I was kind of oh, I don't know if I'm going to be if I should even go, I'm not even trying as hard as I should. And then when I got there, I was no, this is something that I enjoyed. This is something that I wanted to do. And there's no need for me to not be welcome there. I just it was very exciting and inspiring hearing from everyone. And a lot of people have very similar stories as to kind of how we're trying to get to where we're going. And the whole, I think someone said this already, but why not me? So, but yeah.
I'm going to call out before you guys have to go, and then I'll call my girls up. I'm gonna call out Shar. I see you there. Are you able to unmute? Shar at her first summit, walk across the stage. Are you there, Shar? She's like, Danielle, I can't unmute.
My internet's also really bad, so let
Okay.
me know if I cut in and out at all. We have a really bad storm going on here, but yeah, I would say like what everyone has said about like Summit and how like inspiring and what an incredible event is exactly how I felt about it. Like it's definitely out of all the events I've been to has been my favorite so far. I really enjoyed like the trainings. I feel like I got a lot out of them to really help me like push my business forward. I also felt that like just hearing like the stories of, you know, like other people who have seen a lot of success with Beachbody, as well as like the other coaches and the success they have seen was like very inspiring and definitely felt like, you know, that you weren't just this is where I am, but like, wow, I could kind of be up at that point, like those top coaches. Like it basically made you feel like you could literally do anything with this business as long as you just kind of see the heart and, you know, do the work and be coachable in this business. And it was also just a lot of fun, like all the workouts and just like being a part of the community and meeting so many people there.
It's a lot of fun. Too much fun. Anybody else like, oh my gosh, need a vacation after their vacation? I'm like, whoa. I love that, Charlie. Congratulations. I can't even imagine what next summit is going to be when you're going to be walking across the stage for. Congrats, girl.
Thank you.
Amy, you were up next, girl. This was your first summit.
It was. This is, I think my biggest takeaway is a lot of what everyone else said, but it's about, I need to get out of my own head. And I mean, the energy, the meeting the people, the feeling of just being there with everyone, having that same mindset. But listening to all those people, I don't know who said it. Someone said, you know, we put all these big coaches up on pedestals and listening to them say, you know, they had the same doubts and the same feelings that I have and that anybody could do this and exactly like, why not me? I think that was my biggest takeaway was just getting out of my own head and trying to find a way to do that and overcoming all that self-doubt. And yeah, that was,
and getting your
I don't know, it was pretty amazing.
And getting your picture taken with Joel.
Yes, oh my gosh. And Jericho, who said they met her. I met her on Friday at the turn up the volume. I keep saying pump up the volume, turn up the volume party. And she was just the nicest, most amazing human being I've ever met. Just so genuine and down to earth and giving me pointers on how to do the moves properly. But I bought my ticket for next year already.
Yes, I love that. It was great to meet you, Amy. Amazing.
Yeah, you guys too.
Amazing. Heather, any of your girls on here? I already called on Emily. Any of your girls on here that can pop on that are first timers?
Lisa's on. Lisa, do you want to chat?
Sure, I can go ahead. The biggest takeaway that I took was sitting in session with Julie. And the most important thing she said, it was one of the very first things that she actually said was your journey is the most important journey. And it kind of just like hit me. Like I've been doing these programs for a year and I've gotten amazing results and I've been posting and doing all the things, but at the end of the day, your results are the most important things at the end. And that, yeah, like just that. And it's just so true. And
yeah, that was the main thing that I took away was that you're the journey, and just keep going. And the 4 vital behaviors, just keep doing that, and keep doing that, and success will find your way. So I was very, very happy to be there, and it was so awesome to be able to meet all of you. And I am going to get my ticket for next year, and yeah, I'm so excited.
I absolutely love that. Love, love, love. I'm going to call on one person. I'm trying to see if she's here. If there's anybody else to, Heather, just interrupt me. Brenda, I'm putting you on the spot. So this is not Brenda's. Look at the face on her. Brenda Roberts. This is not Brenda's first summit. Brenda and I met in summit in Las Vegas in like 2013 or 2014. But I want Brenda to chat to us really quick about how this renewed her spirit and her heart and her coaching business after going through a real hard time, and still going through a real hard time with some family matters. You don't need to share any of that, but I want you to speak to how this gave you a spark and a turning point for you when you needed it.
Okay, I'll try not to get emotional. Well, first of all, I was the girl, if you heard someone saying somebody lost their luggage, that was me. I never had a bag arrive in St. Louis, so I had no clothes for almost 4 days. And thanks to Danielle and Marie and some lovely ladies who took me to Walmart, I was able to get a few things. But during that time, I was like, after the first couple of days, I was like, maybe I shouldn't have come. Maybe this is a sign I should have just stayed home. But anyways, when my bag showed up, it just seemed like everything was fine. I mean, I know that sounds kind of silly, but that's how I felt. And the speakers, like I messaged Danielle, I think I was traveling back home, and I just said, you know, I feel so at peace after attending Summit, after everything that happened. And like the speakers spoke to me like Brendan Burchard. Oh my God. Like, I just remember one thing he said, and he said, I forget exactly how it was worded, but it was words to the effect that your biggest struggle can be your biggest ambition. And my biggest struggle in this business is belief in myself. I still struggle with this, like 7 years, almost 8 years in. And like Moira Kasaba and all the speakers and Brendan Burchard, like, I just thought, you know what? I can do this too. I can do this too. And what was really amazing also was one of my PS coaches shared a room with me, like Marie, and I met her at my very first summit. And we've been friends ever since because of you, Danielle. That's it.
You guys are amazing. You guys are amazing. I love it. And Marie's from California, and this is your second summit. Do you want to chime in there, Marie?
I love you, Brenda. I love you with all my heart and soul. You and Danielle. I mean, I definitely do. It was great to room with you, Brenda, all week and see everybody. I already had my mind made up when I went, just from watching you guys over the years. So for me, it was just a lot of validation. There's just so much. So much. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you guys can't pin like one thing. So much spoke to me. Because my mind is already made up. Like, I already know I can do this. But one of the things that I was just share with you, that I was just telling someone who's going to come on to coaching, because I can't stop talking about it, is the one thing that I keep thinking I have to be fit. Keep thinking that I have to be at my goal weight. I keep thinking that. And years ago when I quit, it was because, in all honesty, in my head, I was saying, well, I'm not skinny. I'm not in my 20s. I mean, I'm 57. I'm not this young puppy. I just, everything that I could think of to talk myself out of it. I'm not this, I'm not that, I'm not good enough. I quit. And watching everybody just I know I can do it, but watching everybody walk on the stage and seeing so many people that are in my age bracket, in my weight bracket. I mean, everybody can do this. It doesn't matter what size you are. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter what color hair you have, what color skin you have. I saw such a variety of people that I just, I'm like, I'm so stupid. How could I even think that all those years ago? Get that negativity out of my head. That was all negative self-talk, because negative self-talk is so easy to listen to. We just have to stop that and start thinking about all the reasons why we can, and not give ourselves all these stupid excuses not to do it and not achieve our dreams. I mean, Danielle knows I quit my job. I'm doing this full time now. I'm lucky. I have a husband that can pay the bills. But that's how much I believe in it, is that I just quit a regular paying job to do this, because I'm not letting anything get in my way of doing this. It's my dream, and I'm now living my dream. And I will do this, and I want to walk on that stage.
You will, girl.
I want to be on that floor with you guys. Woo! I don't want to miss any of the parties.
You will. Party. Oh my God.
And I'm 57 and I still will do this, you guys. It doesn't matter how old you are.
I'll be pouring those Cadillac margaritas for you, girl.
Yes. I lost a pound this week.
Good for you. I do. I've never
watched Clarice's ice cream with Lori and you guys after the Cadillac margaritas.
Don't be telling our sins. Don't be telling our sins on record.
Sorry. Well, we had to have that. Oprah recommended it. But
with all the walking we did and all the shopping, retail there.
Yes, but I lost a pound still.
Good for you, girl. I love it. What about you, Rachel? I want to hear from you too, Heather, because this is not your first either. We'll go through the veteran.
Okay, so this summit was kind of exactly what I needed when I didn't really know I needed it. Most of us, 2020, like Brendan said, was a year of survival. We basically did everything and anything that we could to survive. 2021, we rested and recharged, and it was all about self-healing and self-care and all of that stuff. And now we're on the upswing from that, and it's time to step back into the people that we're supposed to be. There is no energy like summit energy. It cannot be replicated through a computer screen. And it was definitely something that was missed over the last 2 years. And if you haven't been there before, you have no idea what you're missing. Seeing everybody else, and well, Kira picked me up at the airport. We've talked to each other almost every day for 2 years, and we've never seen each other in person. And it was just like I was meeting my best friend that I've seen forever at the airport when she picked me up. So that was kind of a surreal moment as well. And this was the first year that I actually got to sit on the floor. And it was a pretty big deal. I didn't walk across stage just yet, but that is coming. But sitting on the floor, remembering 5 years ago at my very first summit as a 4-month baby coach, sitting way up in the nosebleed sections, never even imagining that I would be sitting on the floor where I am today, was a pretty big experience. But other than that, absolutely renewed my passion and the fire inside again.
Love that. Oh, what about you, Heather? You were like friggin', your smile was from ear to ear the whole entire week anytime I saw you.
I had two things. One, can you please go? No, please go, sir. Thank you. Sorry, my children just want to get in my proximity. Okay, so Brendan Bouchard. So I was one of the lucky people that got to listen to him twice because he's talked on our Diamond panel as well. And the second time I took him away even more than when I took away the first time, which was crazy. And the one thing that I thought was like crazy for, I never really thought about, and it was talked about at the Power of I Am too that we went to. Can you hear me now? Sorry, my internet went out. Okay, sorry. So at the Power of I Am, they talked about this too, about serving people versus being a slave to people. And if you're feeling burnt out, it's probably because you're being a slave to people, and how leadership is not always about, it's about serving people and not being a slave necessarily, and understanding that you have to have the hard conversations to step into leadership, and you have to have leadership conversations with leaders. And I feel like that's something that I've always been afraid of. Like, I'm always afraid to have the coaching conversation with people because I'm like, oh, I feel like I'm whatever, but it's not stepping into leadership by not having that conversation. And it's also not stepping into leadership when you're mentoring people and not having like important imperative conversations about business. And I really felt as though like he really nailed it on the head. He gave so many examples about things, and I was like, oh my God, that was me. Oh my God, that is me. Oh my God. Like, so that was really, really good. The other thing too is I always relate to Kim Fitzpatrick, but again, I got to see her speak twice this weekend or that weekend. And the other thing she talked about is like really stepping into your authentic story and sharing that even if you're not through it yet. And I know that seems so simple, but because I feel like because I've been through like a side journey over the last 2.5 years, almost 3 years now, that probably nobody on this call knows. It's been really scary to like kind of talk about those things, but I feel like it gave me just enough bravery to kind of combat starting to share those things more openly. So that was like another one that I just feel like it's really spoke to my heart at that time. And I think it can probably relate to anyone at any point in time. But yeah, no, I just think overall, I needed a live in-person event. I can't do anything virtual. I'm sick and tired of virtual, and in-person was so needed. And yeah, it was just amazing, just super amazing.
The same way, I'm like, I cannot sign up for one more training that's virtual. I'm like, I know I won't attend it. I'm the same way. So I'm so glad. Anybody else want to share right quick? Julie, I'm trying to go through the list here. I can't unmute, says Jamie Lynn, because I'm sick, probably COVID baby. So I'll type this in.
I'll go if you want.
Oh, awesome.
So this summit was so different than the last summit because for me, my last summit, I was like, I loved it, but I was really still struggling to find out who I was and where I fit in. This summit so much, and man, like challenging time of my life, but just with everything going on, I'm still in Miami, but this summit just proved that this is my time. Like, I've put in the time, I've raised these kids, they are leaving the nest, and there are no more excuses, and I deserve to pour into me. And there's the younger crew, and there are us older ladies, and to see us all together, and if these young kids only knew how much they inspire the shit out of us, how much energy and how much younger that we feel like all being together, and then to hear how much the younger crew get from us older ones, it's like, I think I lost 10 years, right? Like, I think I'm 10 years younger coming back. It's just, yeah, I mean, why not me? What the fuck am I waiting for, right? So it's time. That's all.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I do love that. It's so funny because I don't even see myself as older. I know young people see us as older. We were at the restaurant and Marie was just like, you should follow my coach. And I was like, stop it. You're embarrassing me. And the waitress goes, yeah, my mom would love to follow you. And I busted laughing. I don't know if I'm frozen or not here. But I busted laughing because it's so funny because I don't see age, and I love how diverse our team is. I love that you brought that up. I love how diverse our team is because we learn from each other. We learn so much from each other because we're so diverse, and I think that's really freaking special. Anybody else who hasn't shared, please do not be offended or shy, because I'm trying to go through here before we kind of sign out for tonight. I can only see so much. We get everybody? Okay, I'm going to read what Shaylin said. Funny, I forgot my age too. I know. I'm like, I feel like I'm 20 all the time. So where does she say? I'm going to read what Jamie Lynn said. Jamie Lynn said, so I'll type this out in case I get called on. But I'm going to go get into this. I really told myself that Summit would make a major, make it or break it for me. I feel like I've had lost my spark in regards to my own journey and helping others in recent months. Our uplines could always say how life-changing the Summit experience is, and I just had a very difficult time grasping that and believing in it. It was exactly what I needed, to be there in the room with the energy. It wasn't a small shake, but a whole rattle to my core that solidified that I do belong there. My biggest takeaways is that we are all start in the nosebleeds, and the journey to the top is the most important part. Amen, sister. Amen, sister. Love that. Another quick takeaway from Emily, when Brendan says your dreams are tired of waiting for you. Oh my God, that's so true. So true. Okay. So guys, any last thoughts? Speak now or forever hold your peace. Sorry, the sun went down as I out on this call now. I'm in the dark here. I'm going to post for anybody who's like, who are they talking about? Brennan Bouchard. Who are they talking about? Moira. Who are they talking about? If you weren't able to see the live stream of our opening ceremonies and our general sessions, there is a live stream link. I'm going to post that in the recording of this YouTube video, okay? So that you can go and watch, but please, okay, if you're a new coach and you're working for your Success Starter ticket for San Antonio, Texas, get there. If not, go and grab your ticket for Summit. Okay. Just 1 second here. Okay, I'm just gonna mute you there. Just 1 second. Danielle, are you able to share with us those team pics? I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to see if I can download all 660 of them to my computer and somehow upload them. Because if not, it's like I have to send them to each individual email. Okay, so I haven't even
able to download them to my computer.
Okay, no, I haven't tried.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So if you have that link, could you put it in the team page? Like, do you have the link?
I may be able to upload them to a Google Doc.
Yeah, or Amazon account. If you have an Amazon Prime account or anything like that, there's so many like free photo sharing platforms out there. I can try and find one that would be easy for you to upload for like 600, but there's a ton of free options.
Okay, cool. Because I think it's on a zip file.
Yep.
I don't know how to upload a zip file.
So once you download it to your computer, it's going to open them, and then you would just be able to click on them and upload it. It won't take long. They shouldn't be too large of a file.
Okay, cool. I'll try that and put it
on the team page. I'll go look at some.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, awesome, guys.
Sorry, Danielle, are you talking about the ones that we got professionally done?
Yeah.
Oh, I have like the link that you can just get in and everyone can kind of just download themselves. That's what we were sent.
Oh, can you send that link or put it in the team page, Inspire Drive?
Yeah. Yeah, is that okay?
Yeah. Oh my God.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, the code is G4.
Yeah.
G as in go. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yep.
Thank you, Kira. Yep. Cheers. That's awesome. Okay, awesome. Okay, guys. So next week, regular team call is on Monday. Sorry, there's something going on here with my camera. Regular team calls on Monday. Courtney has an amazing guest speaker for next Monday. Same bad time, same bad channel, 7:30 Eastern, 8:30 Atlantic. We will see you guys. Happy launch week, and cheers to all the awesomeness coming out of Summit, guys.